Some fellas about to get busted. Shit fucked up a whole bunch of money. Yeah, Lord, save me, power like a Mason. Dream come true, gotta chase. If you lost something, embrace. The bond we shake can't break it. I'ma give you my heart, don't break it. Yeah, me and you, girl, that's amazing. If you ever leave, I'll be waiting. Hey, come back to me, girl. I wanna take you and show you out, girl. I wanna take you.
Channel. My name is Salea, and I am going to be doing a story time as when my mother passed away, and just a little bit before that, as to get you all caught up. So let's get started. Let's get right into it. So wait. So it was around May 27th, 2019, when my mother, it was like 5 in the morning, so I was asleep with my boyfriend and my cousin and my boyfriend's friend, and we were all sleeping, and I just heard my mom screaming, crying, and I was just like what's wrong? And she like left without an explanation, like she just stormed out the door. So I ran into my dad's room, and he was like, something's wrong with Uncle Zach, like he's dying. And I was like, what? Like Uncle Zach dying now? And it's happened many times before, so I was just like, he's gonna be fine. Like Uncle Zach dying, like that doesn't even make any sense. So I just went back to bed, and like I prayed. I was like, please don't die. Like God, don't take him from us, whatever. And I went to bed. And so it was like 9 in the morning when my dad woke me up again, and he was like, wake up. And I was like, what? Like what? I was having attitude because I was tired. And he was like, wake up, it's important. I was like, oh my God, like what do you want? So I got in my room and got in his room, not my room. So I got in his room, and he like put into his eyes, and I was like, he had tears coming down. Like my first thought was like, he's died, like he's gone, because my dad doesn't cry in front of me. Like he doesn't cry at all. He never cries, and like in front of me, I've been crying. Like I was like bawling my eyes out because like it was just so upsetting knowing that he's gone, and I know my mom's gonna go through it. So a few hours later, we went to the hospital to see him, and he was passed away, but like they had to tube in his mouth to where it looked like he was breathing. And so yeah, it was like very upsetting. We just said our last goodbyes, and I left, but my mom stayed as long as she could just to be with her brother, and they were really close, so it like hit her hard. So a few days later, we got ready for the funeral. Well, it wasn't much of a funeral, but we got ready for the memorial, and I got like all the trifolds and pictures, and I put like his boxing gloves down and all of that, and then a speech to say, and yeah, so on. So we went to the memorial, and I spoke, and so on and so forth. So then there was like a party after, and my mom just freedom comedy. Oops. So now, where was I again?
Are you stupid?
So my mom like slept the whole time. She slept the whole time in my grandma's room. Wait, did I say this in the last? Yeah, and I just catered to her. Like I bought her food, made sure she was okay. So from then on, she went back and forth from my grandpa's house and my grandma's house, and she was like going back and forth. Like she couldn't be home because her brother was there a lot at my house, and like she just didn't feel comfortable going home. So I just made sure she was okay. Like we talked a lot, but she just slept a lot because like her not sleeping, she'd bawl her eyes out, or she'd think about her brother. So yeah, from then on, I grieved like different. So she slept, and I hung out with like my boyfriend and my friends because like it helped me like get my mind off things. And she understood that. Like she was like, yeah, I want you to do that, because she knew that like me seeing her upset would hurt me more, you know. So she like understood. But like also like I laid with her and I hung out with her a lot, just make sure she was okay, but also I had to make sure I was okay too by hanging out with friends and whatnot or whatever. So it was June 13th, and my mom had finally came back home, and she brought my uncle's clothes and his like necklaces and stuff to give to me, because me and my uncle were really close, and so she did that. And so after that, she left, and I texted her and was like, I want to go with you. Like something in me told me to go with her and hang out with her this day instead of staying home. And I was having an attitude because I was in an argument with my boyfriend ever, but like I was still like happy Like, it's a lot, but anyway. So yeah, she picked me up and we were just all happy, and we went to Goodwill to pick up this picture from my uncle's girlfriend or whatever she is to him or whatever. And then we exchanged or did something, I forget, whatever. So we left from there and we went to my cousin's basement.
Knock it out, Chubbs! Go, baby, go!
And we were fine. Like, my mom was getting stronger, like she was doing good. And then we went, after that we went to Family Dollar to get like home stuff because my mom hasn't been home, and neither have I or anybody. So we got food and stuff because like Family Dollar is like a little like not a grocery store, but like, you guys know what I mean, like it's what's around, so that's where we get our stuff, whatever. So yeah, she went in and I was in the car, and I stayed in the car, and I went upstairs and started cleaning my room. And she brought me like this hair stuff and like these baskets to like organize and stuff. So she was just like, come down here, and I was like, no, I'm okay, I'm just gonna organize. She was like, okay, I love you. And I was just like, I love you too. And I was upstairs in my room on the phone with my boyfriend and his dad, or I think, yeah, him and his dad or whatever. And I was in an argument, I was upset or whatever. And I was already, like, before I got on the phone with them, I was reading my grandpa who and which is in prison. And I was reading the letters he sent me, and I was just really upset. Like, I was just like sad because like my uncle will also like just like sing all of it or whatever. And I was doing that, and on the phone, all of a sudden, like, I hear somebody downstairs, and I was like, who's here? I open my door, like, I go to open my door, and I see a flashlight going upstairs, and I was like, what's that? Why are the cops here? I just, like, ran downstairs, and I ran to my mom's room, and she was, like, laying on the ground. And, like, I just started screaming, crying on the phone. And I started screaming, crying. I heard but hung up, and I had to go outside because the cops said we had to go outside in the ambulance. And so we were outside, and my dad told us what happened. Like, she just stopped breathing when she was asleep. And he tried to do CPR and see if she was okay. And so we were outside, and, like, they brought, like, the bed to where, like, you're going to, like, the hospital. So we knew, like, it was okay, but I started calling up, like, our closest friends and our family and let them know that mom wasn't breathing. Like, they were saying, like, she's not breathing. And I was just really upset. Like, I was crying and screaming, and everybody else was too. So my grandma was, like, lives, like, 20 minutes away. And so she was on her way, and when she got there, she ran inside the bedroom. And all of a sudden, like, I was, like, down on the corner, and all of a sudden, I hear screaming, crying. And I just started screaming, crying, and I fell, and I just started running. Like, I just ran. I, like, ran down the block. Like, I couldn't, and I, like, fell. And I was just screaming, crying, and screaming, like, I need my mom. Like, yeah, like, she's my mom. Like, me and my mom were so close. She was, like, my best friend, my everything. And, like, I was just screaming, crying, like, I need her. Yeah, I was just screaming, crying, and then it was, like, really upsetting, and I hugged my grandma, and she hugged me, and, like, she passed out, and I passed out, and it was just a mess, and I just didn't know what to do. So yeah, we all went to my grandma's house, and, like, I couldn't sleep. Like, I couldn't stop thinking about her. Like, that's my mom. Like, losing a parent, like, it hurts a lot. So after them, we stayed at my grandma's house, and I was just like, I couldn't sleep, and it was really upsetting. So then we wanted to get the funeral and viewing out of the way, so I got to see my mom for last time, and it was like a viewing of her body, as you see right here. And yeah, and it actually helped me. Like, believe it or not, like, it helped me. Like, seeing my mom again, like, I don't know, it helped me, and it's just weird. But yeah, so then that Monday we had her memorial, and I made a speech. I wrote a speech, and I made trifolds, and I printed pictures, as you see. And yeah, and I just set them up. And the funeral or memorial or whatever was really packed, and, like, so many people came, and people were, like, even standing outside. Like, it was just packed, because, like, my mom impacted and touched so many people's hearts. Like, my mom was the best. And so she worked at this restaurant for 14 years. So after I did my speech and everything, and everybody left, and they went to her job because they were, like, celebrating her life and having food. How much money we raised went to my sister and I, and just to help us get through this. And yeah, so each and every day I try to get stronger, and I just pray, and I hope she gives me the strength to get through this, because it's really hard for me, because, like, my mom was my best friend, and, like, losing a mom, like, it just doesn't make sense. And I just wish like I could go back and fix everything, like, and it's so hard. But I mean, I'm just getting through it day by day, and it's gotten better. Like, I still, like, at night I cry because like that's when you get like thinking about it. But like I've just been trying to hang out with friends and my boyfriend to keep my mind off of all of it, because it helps, like, just keep my mind off of everything. And yeah, so that's my story, and thank you for listening, and I hope you guys enjoyed.
Thanks for watching. Bye.